Hey guys, Dave here. Well, it's still winter here and it's snowing, and therefore I got to go out and shovel. And I need something that's going to stick to my ribs. So I thought about a coal miner's supper. Just kind of a throw pot of everything that goes together. I think it's going to come out delicious. And if it fuels those guys up to go down in the mines, it's going to fuel me up to go out and shovel. So let me show you how to do that. So let's begin with our ingredients. And first off, we have some garlic and we have some chopped onion, a red bell pepper, a green bell pepper, potato, some stewed potatoes, some rinsed kidney beans, some beef broth, and of course some cheese, salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, paprika, Worcestershire sauce, some sausage, and of course some ground beef. What I'm going to do first off is grab up some of that sausage, and these are just a medium Italian, and I'm going to cut these using a good sharp knife into bite-sized chunks, something like this. Next up, I grabbed up the old cast iron pan, and I'm going to throw a bit of oil in here, just a touch. It's already well seasoned. Go ahead and throw that sausage in. I'm just going to stir and fry this just for, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes, something like that. Okie dokie, I got a pretty good start on this sausage here, so now I am going to throw in that ground beef. And this is a medium ground beef. And apparently, guys, it's grass-fed, so we'll see what that brings. I'll just chop this up a little bit here. Mix it in with the sausage, and we'll just fry this up until it's basically cooked through. Now, you don't have to use sausage in here. I just had it because I had it stuck in the fridge, and it was on sale. I mean, you can just about use anything, and you could use ground pork. Any kind of protein will do, but I just love the idea of the sausage and ground beef combined. Well, that ground beef and sausage is frying up. I'm going to take my green bell pepper, and I'm just going to kind of julienne this up. I mean, you could cube it up as well, but I think it's going to look better julienned. Yeah, we'll do the same thing with a red bell pepper. Slice him up too. And of course, after the bell pepper, I'm going to grab up that potato, and we're going to slice and dice this up. Now, it's funny, guys. The local store started carrying this grass-fed ground beef, and I kind of chuckled when I put it in. But you know, it seems like better ground beef, and I'm not getting quite as much grease and water off here. So maybe there's something to. I think there's something to the grass-fed. You let me know in the comments section below what you think. Now we're basically fried up here. I'm going to shove everything to one side. Get over there. And I'm going to go in with half a small chopped onion. And of course, you know me, 3 cloves of the old garlic. We'll just stir and saute this until that nice aroma of onion and garlic fill the air. Take about 2 or 3 minutes, something like that. Okay, our onion and garlic is pretty much sauteed up here. So now I'm going to go in with those taters and those bell peppers. And we'll just quickly give these a stir and fry around until they just begin to soften. Now, this is going to simmer away for 15, 20 minutes to cook. So just need a bit of a soften on there. We don't want them too much. Now, we're going to season the things up with some salt, depending on how salty you want. I'd add about, I don't know, teaspoon, something like that in here. Some ground black pepper. Of course, one of my all-time, as you know if you watched any of my videos, my all-time favorites, about a teaspoon and a half in here. My all-time favorite, or one of them, some Italiano or Italian seasoning. Teaspoon or 2 of that, because this has just about, like I say in every video, everything you'd ever want in it. Some smoked paprika, just for that smoky flavor. Get the smoked if you can, not just the regular. And a good splash or 2 of the old Worcestershire sauce. And this is maybe a couple of teaspoons, I guess. You can even add a tablespoon if you want. Now we're going to get everything a stir around until that seasoning coats everything, guys. Oh, now we're starting to smell good. And when I go to restaurants or anything, it kind of irks me because they are afraid to season. I don't know whether they're afraid to offend people or what, but to me, I don't know, the seasoning just makes the dish, and Everybody's even afraid to add a bit of garlic powder, let alone some Italian seasoning. So go ahead and season this with what you like. Seasoning makes all the difference in the world. It is time to go in with a medium-sized can of stewed tomatoes. You can use diced too, but I just had this stewed in the cupboard, so decided to use those. And about half or 3/4 of a cup of good, rich beef broth. And of course, all the ingredients will be on the website. Of course, we'll just give everything a stir around again. This is going to be good. And I know, guys, I just know some people out there are going to say, don't use anything tomato-based in a cast iron pan. You're going to ruin the pan, blah, blah, blah. I've used it for years, and every time I clean my pan right away and I season it with oil right away, and I've never had a problem. So I know there's going to be comments out there, but that's the way I roll. Now, I brought everything to a soft boil here, guys. So what I'm going to do is reduce the heat to medium-low, slip a lid on, and we'll let this simmer away for a few minutes, maybe 15, 20, until those potatoes cook through. Okay, my friends, we've been about 15 minutes here, and what I did is I partially covered this because it was a little bit soupy. It's not too bad now. And I stirred it every once in a while, but these potatoes are pretty much done. Now I'm going to go in with a can of red kidney beans, and we'll just give this a stir around. And the reason I did these kidney beans last is because they're pretty delicate, and I don't want to squish them. There'll be nothing but mush if they had to simmer away for 15 minutes. Now I'm just going to place the lid back on and let these cook away for another, I'd say 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, just until the beans heat up. Now, something I should mention too, guys, you don't have to use red kidney beans. You can use regular beans in the can, like baked beans, the maple, or even the pork beans. But I just thought, for some good fiber, red kidney beans would be good, or you can leave them out, but it's entirely up to you. Now those beans are pretty much heated through. I am going to go over the top with some grated old sharp cheddar cheese. Something like this. And what I've done is I've killed the heat here. And of course, you can add as much cheese as you want, or whatever cheese you want. Or, simply leave the cheese off. Then I'm just going to slap that lid on and let the cheese melt down just from the steam. After a couple of minutes with the lid on, let's pull it off and have a look here, guys. And just look at this. The ultimate, the most delicious coal miner supper you're going to ever have stick right to your ribs. Okay, my friends, let's dig in here and grab a bit of this up and see what we have. Make sure I get some everything on there. Oh, this looks absolutely stunningly fantastic. I can hardly wait to dig into this. Look at that. The sausage, the ground beef, the potatoes, the bell pepper. Oh, it's just endless goodness. Okay, guys, a few tips here. This would be really good with a French baguette because there's a bit of liquid in there, so you could just dip it in type of thing, or maybe tortillas, maybe some cornbread. It's entirely up to you. Some pita bread, whatever it might be. And you could have this with a green salad, whatever you like. It stays really well, so you can leave it in the fridge for a few days. I imagine you could even freeze it. There's no reason why you couldn't. So just well worthwhile making. And if you have any more tips, leave them in the description section below. All right, time for the old taste test. You know what? If this doesn't stick to my ribs, I don't know what will. Just for a throw pot type of thing, just absolutely delicious. A wonderful combination of flavors. You are going to love it. I mean, the sausage, the ground beef, the potatoes, the cheese, the bell pepper, just goes on and on. Definitely make this up, guys. And if you do, leave us a comment. I'd love to read them. Give us a like. It helps the channel out, and subscribe. Why not? It's free. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video. And I'm going to have more of this.